Last month, my 72-year-old aunt paid $487 in hidden airline fees. Fees she didn't even realize she agreed to. Seniors today are being quietly targeted by airlines through confusing booking paths, fake discounts, and sneaky policies designed to drain money. These are 13 of the cruelest airline tricks seniors fall for, and the simple hacks to beat every one of them. Stay to the end. Tricks number 11 to number 13 cost seniors the most. Retention queue. If you fly or have older parents who fly, this is essential. For this video, I analyzed over 2,000 airline complaints, spoke to former airline staff, and reviewed senior travel forums from the last 12 months. What I found was shocking and avoidable. 13 airline trick targeting senior. 1. The fake senior discount trap. Airlines love advertising exclusive senior fares, but here's the uncomfortable truth. In most cases, these so-called discounts aren't discounts at all. In fact, they're often higher than the regular fares you'd get just by signing up for a simple email alert, or even lower if you search privately. Here's the part that frustrates me the most. Seniors click the senior fare option because it sounds safe, reliable, and financially responsible. Airlines know this. They know older travelers trust labels, and they take advantage of that trust. Last month, we compared a senior fare from a major U.S. airline to the exact same route searched in incognito mode. The senior fare, $289. The regular fare shown to a new user, $251. That's a $38 difference, and the discount was actually the more expensive option. So how do you avoid the trap? Always search flights using incognito mode or a private browser window. Then compare prices on tools like Google Flights, Hopper, or Kayak before selecting anything labeled senior. 9 times out of 10, the real discount isn't the one with senior in the name. It's the one airlines don't want you to find. 2. The overwhelming online booking maze. One of the most common and most profitable tricks airlines use against seniors is the online booking maze. Today's airline websites are intentionally cluttered with tiny buttons, pop-ups, upsells, and confusing layouts. It's not accidental. It's a design strategy known as a dark pattern. Airlines know that older travelers are more likely to misclick when the screen is crowded or the text is small. The real trap happens when airlines place paid add-ons, seat fees, insurance, priority boarding, even extra bags, right next to the Continue button. Many seniors hit Next just to move forward, not realizing they've quietly added $40, then $25, then another $18. By the end of the booking process, that cheap fare can balloon by over $100. Pattern interrupt. Real example. A recent senior traveler in a consumer forum reported accidentally adding trip insurance twice because the airline placed an upsell box inches from the navigation button. How to beat the maze. Instead of booking directly on an airline's cluttered site, use simplified tools like Hopper, Kayak, or Google Flights, which break down prices cleanly and clearly. And if you're overwhelmed, call the airline and use this exact phrase. Please assist with accessibility booking. I want manual review before purchase. This often removes extra fees and ensures accurate booking. 3. The seat fee scam for accessibility needs. One of the most frustrating tricks airlines pull on seniors is the seat fee scam, a tactic that preys on mobility concerns. When booking online, older travelers are shown seat maps covered in red paid icons and are pressured into believing they must pay extra for aisle seats, front row seats, or seats with easier access. The unspoken message is, if you're older or have mobility limitations, you'd better pay up. But here's what airlines don't tell you. You're not required to pay for basic accessibility accommodations. If you need an aisle seat for easier movement or a seat closer to the front to reduce walking distance, you have the right to request it without paying a surcharge. Pattern interrupt. Insider insight. Former gate agents repeatedly report that seniors often spend $30 to $70 for seats they could have gotten free simply by asking at the gate. Here's how to beat the scam. Skip the paid seat selection online. When you arrive at the airport, go directly to the gate agent and use this exact phrase. I require mobility-friendly seating as an accommodation. Under many airline policies and accessibility regulations, they cannot legally deny this request if such seats are available. This one sentence can save seniors hundreds of dollars a year. 4. The priority boarding lie. The priority boarding lie is one of the most quietly profitable tricks airlines use against seniors. When booking online, airlines constantly push priority boarding or early access upgrades, usually costing anywhere from $15 to $49 per person. The messaging is subtle but effective. If you're older or need extra time, you should buy this. But here's the truth: most airlines never advertise. Seniors and mobility-limited passengers are typically allowed to board early at no additional charge. You just have to ask, and that's the part airlines conveniently leave out. Many major carriers, including American Airlines, Southwest, JetBlue, Alaska Airlines, and several international carriers, allow early boarding for passengers who need extra time due to age, mobility, or accessibility concerns. Yet thousands of seniors still pay for priority boarding every year simply because no one told them they didn't need to. Here's how to beat the upsell. Skip the paid priority option during checkout. When you arrive at the gate, walk directly to the gate agent and politely say, "I need a little extra time to board. May I be added to the early boarding list?" In most cases, that single sentence gets you the same benefit others pay for absolutely free. And that's exactly what airlines don't want you to know. 5. Paid wheelchair assistance trick. The wheelchair assistance scam is one of the cruelest tactics targeting seniors because it preys directly on mobility and vulnerability. Many older travelers are led to believe they must pay for premium assistance, express wheelchair service, or personal escort fees when booking online or through third-party sites. These services can cost anywhere from $40 to over $120, all for something that should cost nothing. Here's the truth. In many regions, including the US, Canada, the EU, and parts of Asia, wheelchair assistance at the airport is completely free by law. Airlines are legally required to provide wheelchair escorts from check-in to your gate, during connections, and even upon arrival. A senior traveler recently shared that she nearly paid $85 to a third-party senior assistance service that claimed airlines charge extra for wheelchair help. In reality, the airline itself provides the entire service for free. Request assistance at least 48 hours before your flight by calling the airline directly, never through third-party senior travel helper websites. When you arrive at the airport, check in and tell the agent, "I'm listed for wheelchair assistance. Can you confirm my escort?" You should never pay a single dollar for this service. 6. Surprise medical clearance requirement. Another tactic that catches seniors off guard is the surprise medical clearance requirement. Some airlines imply or outright tell older passengers that they need a doctor's note to sit in certain seats, request aisle access, or receive mobility accommodations. This creates unnecessary fear and confusion, and many seniors end up canceling trips or paying extra for seats they think they're required to choose. But here's the truth. Age alone does not require medical clearance. The only time airlines legitimately require a doctor's note is when a passenger is traveling with oxygen tanks, specialized medical devices, or has a condition that could require in-flight medical support. Basic mobility concerns, slow walking, or needing extra space do not require medical documentation. Former airline staff admit that some agents miscommunicate policies simply because they don't know the rules, or it's easier to push passengers into paid seats. How to protect yourself. If an airline mentions medical clearance, call the airline's medical assistance desk. Every major carrier has one. Ask for clarification and always write down the name and employee number of the agent you speak with. This simple step prevents unnecessary paperwork, avoids extra costs, and ensures you get the seating you need without being intimidated. 7. Phone booking service fees targeting seniors. One of the sneakiest ways airlines extract extra money from seniors is through phone booking service fees. These charges often range from $25 to $50 per booking, and sometimes even more for international flights. Airlines know many seniors feel more comfortable speaking with a real person instead of navigating confusing websites. so they quietly turn that preference into an easy profit stream. What makes this so deceptive is that most seniors don't realize the fee is optional. It's often buried in the fine print or mentioned casually at the end of the call. By the time it's revealed, many older travelers feel pressured to continue, or they don't want to go back and start over. Former call center agents openly admit that these fees exist because seniors call more often, and airlines count on their desire for human help. But here's the hack that shortcuts the whole system. Simply say, "I'm requesting an accessibility exception for the phone booking fee." This phrase signals that you need assistance due to age, mobility issues, or difficulty using the website. And in many cases, agents are trained to waive the fee immediately. This one sentence can save seniors money every time they book a flight by phone. 8. The basic economy bag trap. Many seniors fall into the basic economy bag trap every year, thinking they're getting the best deal by choosing the lowest fare. At first glance, the ticket looks cheaper, sometimes $50 or $60 less than a standard economy fare. But airlines have designed basic economy intentionally to nickel and dime passengers, especially seniors who may not be familiar with all the hidden restrictions. The most common surprise? Baggage fees. Seniors often assume their fare includes at least one checked or carry-on bag, only to find out that adding a single bag can cost more than upgrading to standard economy. That discount quickly disappears, and what looked like a smart, cheap ticket ends up $50 to $100 more expensive than a slightly higher fare with full perks. For a New York to Chicago flight, basic economy shows $199, but a carry-on is $35, a checked bag $40. Standard economy costs $239, cheaper in the long run when factoring baggage. If you need even one bag, never choose basic economy. Always compare total costs, not just ticket price. Use a clear visual tool like Google Flights or Kayak to see baggage fees up front. This simple rule saves seniors hundreds over the year. 9. Low value compensation for overbooked flights. One of the most infuriating tricks airlines use against seniors is low value compensation for overbooked flights. When a flight is overbooked, many seniors are automatically offered vouchers, usually between $100 and $200, instead of the cash they're legally entitled to. Airlines count on the fact that older passengers may feel overwhelmed, rushed, or intimidated, and will accept whatever is handed to them. Thousands of travelers report being offered vouchers on the spot, without mention that denied boarding laws require airlines to compensate passengers in cash if the delay exceeds a certain threshold. Seniors often leave with vouchers worth far less than what they could have claimed. Here's the fix. Don't accept the first offer. Politely and firmly say, "I'd like cash compensation as per denied boarding regulation." This simple, assertive statement immediately signals that you know your rights, and agents are legally obliged to follow the rules. 10. Sudden gate change chaos. One of the sneakiest ways airlines cause seniors to spend extra money is through sudden gate changes. Airports are hectic, announcements are loud and confusing, and seniors are often slower to reach gates. A last-minute change can mean missing your flight entirely, forcing a rebooking at full price, sometimes hundreds of dollars more. Airlines know this happens and quietly profit from it. Even though gate changes are common, many older travelers don't get timely notifications or are unaware of digital tools that could prevent costly mistakes. Install your airline's official app before arriving at the airport and turn on critical notifications. These push alerts for gate changes, delays, and boarding updates directly to your phone, faster than announcements in a crowded terminal. Set a simple 20-minute gate check reminder on your phone before boarding. This gives you time to double-check the gate, ensure you have all belongings, and reach the boarding line calmly. A senior traveler in Chicago avoided missing a connecting flight because their app notified them of a gate change immediately, saving over $350 in rebooking fees. With these tools, sudden gate changes no longer have to be stressful or costly. 11. Useless travel insurance upsells. Many seniors fall for airline travel insurance upsells, thinking it's a smart way to protect their trip. Airlines make it look easy and convenient. A checkbox at checkout for peace of mind. But here's the hidden problem. Most airline-sold insurance policies don't adequately cover seniors over certain ages, or they come with exclusions that make them nearly useless when you actually need them. This is a classic revenue trick. Airlines rely on older passengers trusting the brand, assuming any insurance they sell must be reliable. In reality, many seniors end up paying $50 to $100 for coverage that won't pay for medical emergencies, trip cancellations, or pre-existing conditions. When it comes to senior travelers, the golden rule is always avoid airline insurance. Instead, use reputable independent insurers like Allianz Travel Insurance or Insure My Trip. These companies offer plans that fully disclose age limits, coverage options, and pre-existing condition clauses, giving seniors genuine protection without hidden gaps. Before buying, read the fine print and check medical coverage specifically for travelers over 65. Spending a few extra minutes researching can save hundreds or even thousands and prevent the heartbreak of discovering you're not covered when it matters most. 12. Quiet expiration of senior miles. Seniors often accumulate frequent flyer miles over decades, thinking they're building a nest egg for free flights and upgrades. But airlines have a quiet, little-known tactic that can cost older travelers hundreds or even thousands of dollars: silent expiration of miles. Many loyalty programs reduce activity windows for older members or send minimal notifications. A senior might think their miles are safe, only to log in one day and discover that thousands of hard-earned points have vanished, often because the airline claims inactivity or updates policies quietly. This isn't a mistake. It's a subtle way to encourage purchases and activity that benefits the airline. Frequent traveler forums report seniors losing points even when they check occasionally, a frustrating and expensive surprise. Link a credit or debit card to your loyalty account and schedule a small purchase every 18 to 24 months. Even a $1 transaction counts as activity and keeps your miles alive. Set a calendar reminder and check airline policies annually. This tiny habit ensures your miles remain intact, letting you redeem rewards when you want, without losing them to silent expiration. 13. Manipulated one-way pricing for seniors. The final, and arguably most expensive, trick airlines use on seniors is manipulated one-way pricing. Airlines know that older travelers often book one-way flights for flexibility, assuming it's cheaper or more convenient. What they don't know is that in many markets, one-way fares are inflated by 200 to 300% compared to a round-trip purchase. This means a flight that could cost $600 round-trip might appear as $450 for one-way. But when you book the return separately, the total could skyrocket to over $1,200. Seniors unknowingly fall for this trap every year, spending hundreds more simply because they assumed one-way equals cheap. Always compare the total round-trip cost versus one-way tickets. In most cases, round-trip is far cheaper and comes with fewer hidden fees. Search multi-city or open-jaw options, which can sometimes save even more while giving you flexibility. This one trick alone can save seniors hundreds, sometimes more than $600 on international flights. By simply comparing totals and planning strategically, seniors can regain control over pricing, avoiding the most expensive trap airlines quietly set every day. Airlines rely on confusion and speed. Seniors don't lose money because they're careless. They lose money because the system is built that way. But now you know the playbook, and every one of these 13 traps can be avoided. Which airline trick surprised you most? Comment the number below. I read every one. If you want more videos exposing airline secrets or senior travel traps, hit like and subscribe. It tells YouTube this content protects consumers.